What's up, nerds? Welcome back. Now, let's talk about
why Thor sucks.
Weird.
Before we get into this week's video, this is the winner of the Iron Man pack from last week. Congratulations. If that's you, message us on Twitter, TikTok, comment down below on YouTube how to contact you, and we'll get that sent out to you. And if you want to be in a chance of winning this week's giveaway, which is the Superman Red and Blue issue number 1, make sure you comment down below and tell us what you enjoyed from the video. Just talk to us a bit about what's going on, and you'll be entered into that.
Brilliant. Joe, can I just... basically, this episode is going to be us reliving a conversation that me and Joe had. I asked Joe what his top 3 heroes are and what his bottom 3 characters are. So just in general, top 3 characters, bottom 3 characters. He messaged me back and I said, I'll tell you what, mate, we're going to talk about this on video. But before we get to Joe's horrendous picks, let's talk about let's talk about something positive. Who are our top 3 characters in the nerdy universe? So Joe, I'm going to ask for your first pick. Who's your top? Who's your in third then? Who's your in third character?
In third. Okay. So for me, third, it's going to be Martian Manhunter. And you might be thinking, that's a bit of a pull out of the blue.
I am thinking that, Joe.
I always remember when I was younger, I used to play with toys loads. I had wrestlers, I had some superheroes and stuff like that. I just loved playing with my toys. I literally played with my toys till I was in like year 8. No shame.
Absolutely no shame.
I would play with them now. I've got a box still waiting for my kids. I will go play with them now. But
nice.
I had this one toy and it was Martian Manhunter. Little did I know at the time. And I remember I was asking my dad what this was and he was telling me about Martian Manhunter. And nice. I always kind of had that in my memory, like, I know who Martian Manhunter is. So then moving on to kind of like interest of comics and heroes and whatnot, and especially watching the Supergirl series, seeing the incredible portrayal.
He's good.
And I just fell in love with it. The character,
John Jones? Is that his name?
Yeah, John Jones.
John Jones.
The actor escapes me now. Let me just quickly find that for you. David Harewood, of course it is.
Elevator music.
It's David Harewood, and he's incredible. He's done so many awesome things. He's also a sick goalie, if you see the sport relief matches.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he always gets some goal for England. But yeah, I fell in love with his portrayal. I fell in love with the character from an early age. I just really like it, so that's my third pick.
That's actually quite cool. Like, I didn't rate it when you first said it. I was like, no, mate, that's weird. But actually, when you brought back the Supergirl stuff, yeah, he was actually one of the highlights of that. Nice, mate. Yeah, no, Martian. Okay, fine. I can't pick holes in it, can I? Well, I could, but I'm not going to, because it's all positive. My third pick is Blade. Absolutely love the character of Blade. Basically, like, the first sort of grown-up film I watched when I was younger was Blade 1 with my dad. So I was supervised. I don't know how old I was, but I was pretty young. And the soundtrack and how cool he was, is amazing. And then the fact that he's a vampire as well, but you know, he doesn't want to give into it. It was just cool. Like, it was just that whole thing of actually knowing what was best for the world over himself. Like, he's pretty selfless, you could argue. So yeah, love Blade. He's my number 3 pick, and I would love to one day own a CGC graded first issue of Blade, which is Tomb of Dracula 10, just like a 1, just like the worst graded copy you could ever get, but just to have a copy of the original
just
copy
one
would
slab.
Be the dream. That would be that's what I want. That would be the dream. That would be the dream.
On to my number 2. I've got Iron Man. and he's a very mainstream pick. But
It's okay.
and this wouldn't have been my pick a few years ago. The thing with like favourites and stuff like that, it's like favourite song, favourite band, favourite heroes. It always changes. Like there's some that just stay in there, like my number one I'll tell you about in a minute. But for me, a lot of the time, my interests change and my favourites change. And Iron Man wouldn't have been in there last year. But I just really like Iron Man. Like I was thinking about it, I just really like it. I was thinking about it when I was playing the Marvel Avengers game, when I had a little free trial of it, because it's quite expensive.
Moolah.
And yeah, I really like Iron Man. I love his character. I love, obviously, RDJ's portrayal of him. And you're probably going to think, oh, it's all like TV, movie based. It's not. It's just, I just really, for a comic fan, seeing your characters brought to life in movies is just the most incredible thing. And when someone does it well, that's even better. And RDJ just absolutely killed the Iron Man role, like smashed it. And
Yeah.
I think that is why he's one of my favourites. And I also love his suits from like Iron Man 2 onwards. Like, I like the originality of the Iron Man 1 suits, obviously. But when it starts getting cool, when he starts calling it from his arm, it just that's when it starts taking full form.
The nanotech, mate, gets like massive nerd points. Yeah, no, mate, I can't argue with Iron Man. Iron Man as a character. You said he's a bit mainstream, but he can't help it. It's not like he chose to be popular. You know. So yeah, can't disagree, mate. Iron Man is a great pick. I don't personally have Iron Man anywhere near the top 10. And like anywhere. But hey, can't pick holes. Well, I could, but I won't. My number 2 is Punisher, mate. I absolutely love Punisher. He's only my number 2 pick, but so I love the original Punisher movies, the one where like John Travolta was the bad guy. That was fantastic. There's a bootleg short episode of just a Punisher little interaction with the original actor from those films as playing Punisher himself.
Oh wow.
And I just fell in love with it. Me and my little brother love it. He's the editor, by the way. And that. He loves that portrayal as well. So we both love Punisher, and then bringing it into like modern day is the Netflix series Punisher, and just on point. Like just on point portrayal of who Punisher is. Genuine
masterpiece, that is. Genuine.
Yeah. Honestly though, I know masterpiece is like, oh really, Chris, you think it's a masterpiece? Yeah, I do. I love the character, the story as well. Just sort of like basically punishing bad people. I'm not necessarily agreeing with it, but I can understand it. It's very sort of can be very relatable to how to deal with stuff. So Punisher's just incredible. But again, along with Blade, he's more of a mature audience character. So not for your kids. If you're under 18 or something on it, just don't watch it, please. Or or if you do, watch it, but just don't say that I told you to. Just leave me out of it. All right, but it's gonna be good. It is good. That is my number 2, mate. What's your number 1?
Well, from mature to mature, my number 1, it will never change, is Deathstroke. He's just the epitome of badass. Like,
wow.
I love Slade Wilson. I love even more that Deadpool is called Wade Wilson and is a parody of Deathstroke. And I would have put Deadpool on there, but it's literally just like a funny version of Deathstroke. Yeah, I love Deathstroke. I think it's. I think I fell in love with The Mask more than anything.
Oh wow, okay.
Just how basic it is, but how, I don't know, is it powerful? I don't know how I would say that, but I just...
Striking.
Yeah, striking. It's very striking. And once again, the TV portrayal of what Slade Wilson is unreal in Arrow.
Is that Joe Malangino?
Yeah.
I've definitely said his second name wrong. Apologies.
100%.
Anyone's offended.
That's okay.
I've just gone for it.
I'm not going to attempt it, but you did.
Hi, I'm Joe Manganiello. I'm Joe Manganiello. I'm Joe Manganiello.
But yeah, an incredible portrayal. He is... I don't know. I feel like I really saw the pain and the righteous anger from that Deathstroke. And in general, I just love the character anyway, so that's my number one. That's my number one.
Man, that's a great number one. He's a scary character.
He is.
In Arrows, when I first sort of saw anything about him, and yeah, ominous, very ominous. It's a good, scary character, number one. My number one is Colossus, mate, from the X-Men.
I remember from your TikTok.
Yes, yeah, I did a TikTok about him. I mean, we went viral, but don't worry about it. We went pretty viral. We went viral. Wow. No. Yeah, Colossus, mate, the man from Russia. Pietro, he... hang on, just stop, because I think what I've done there is I've made a boo-boo. Yes, I have, yeah. What I've done there, mate, is I've got my names mixed up, and I've called him Pietro,
which is
not his name. So that's not fair, because his name is Piotr. It's like it's Russian, but it's Peter. Right, hang on. Play some elevator music. I want to Google how to pronounce it. Colossus is my number one pick. Colossus, Piotr Rasputin. He is, I don't know why, but on my TikTok that went viral. Sorry about it. Sorry about that.
Humble brag.
Humble brag. Huge humble brag. Essentially, I just love the character. He is... he's a father figure. Like, he just looks after the rest of the X-Men. He's super cool. His powers are he can turn metal. Like, his whole thing is metal. And there's a really cool... he's in a cool relationship with Kitty Pryde. And I just kind of grew up liking him. Like, in all the films that he was in. I think it was X-Men 2. I think it was X-Men 2. You see him in the film, running around trying to like get all the other young X-Men out. Yeah, he's just so cool, and there's so much good art about him. There's an Alex Ross Timeless cover, and which is going to come up here. Thanks, Matt. That is another like a forever pick I would have as a comic CGC 9.8. If I could get that, that would be incredible. But yeah, Piotr Rasputin is my number one pick, mate. Any thoughts on Colossus, mate?
Yeah, he's cool, man. He's cool. It's one of those ones where it's like, in my head, I've always seen him as more of like a side character, as very much a kind of one that you wouldn't choose as your favourite. Not mugging you off or anything, but
Ow.
But I appreciate it, and I get where you're coming from with it. I think it's a good pick. It's a good pick.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, mate. I appreciate that. Now let's go from good picks to bad picks. I tell you what, I'll go first. I'll go first, and you'll know why. My least favourite superhero of all time is Superman. No one's going to disagree with me in the comments. Absolutely no one. Because there's this thing, right? Who am I? Superman. Who am I? Clark Kent. Ready? Who am I? Superman. Who am I? Clark Kent. And that's it. That's all you need to know. He's overpowered. He's extremely strong, fast. He's got laser beams, heat, cold thing. He can fly. All of that stuff. Clark Kent. Superman.
Mate, have you ever seen, and this might be completely random, you might not have, Phineas and Ferb?
No.
There's a character called Perry the Platypus. And
right, okay.
he is also a secret agent as a pet. And when he's at the villain's lair, he'll put his hat on, and he's Agent P. He'll take his hat off. He's just Perry the Platypus. It's just like you're talking about.
Dr. Wexler, you're a platypus. Perry the Platypus!
Cartoons, mate, are mocking Superman. Like, so just as a whole character design, I'm not buying it. So that's why he's my least favorite. Like, I won't buy any comics with him in, any pops, anything. I won't watch. I fell asleep during Batman vs Superman. Just not bothered.
Would you say no to a number one?
A number one what, mate?
Action Comics number one.
Okay, you got there in the end. Would I say no to it? I wouldn't keep it longer than a day.
You'd want the Mila.
I would sell that so fast, and it's like $3.2 million or something. I would sell that and buy a kebab in like a day. If all I could get for it
big kebab
was like some big kebab. Yeah, not a fan, mate. So that would be gone. That would be gone.
You know what,
not
mate?
a fan at all.
That's justified, and so is my pick.
No. Your pick is not justified. Joe, who is your least favourite superhero of all time?
My least favourite superhero of all time, as I just get rid of my lisp, is Thor. I'm sorry. I don't like Thor. I don't mind Chris Hemsworth. The portrayal in the MCU is alright. I appreciate it. I'm not like turning off. I've seen the Thor movies, but just as a character, it just bores me. Why?
Have you seen Ragnarok, mate?
I've seen Ragnarok, mate. It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
Okay, just checking you said that. That was okay.
And I'm not saying like the Thor franchise. I'm just saying the character himself, I just don't get along with.
So that's all from today. I can't believe you don't like Thor. Why don't you like Thor? He's got a massive hammer.
That's what she said.
He's literally like so powerful. Like everyone knows he's Thor, except obviously he has like an alter ego. But in the MCU, everyone knows him as Thor.
Maybe that's why I don't like him. Though. Maybe that's why I don't like him. I don't like. I don't know. I feel like I'm one of those people who doesn't like overly powerful characters. Like we talked a few weeks ago about how people weren't too keen on Captain Marvel. It was out of nowhere. She was just this like mega powerful hero, which is obviously true to the nature of Captain Marvel. But I don't know. I just don't like Thor. I think genuinely, the reason I don't like him is because I find him boring. I would much rather Korg be the main character.
Are you serious? No, right, cool. Yeah, fine, fair enough. But Thor has like he has a story. Like he isn't worthy of Mjolnir, so he has to like go and discover his powers, and he has to like go get Stormbreaker. Then he steals Mjolnir from someone else's universe, which I would love to see what happened when the other Thor was like, bruv, where's my hammer?
Hold on.
Hold up, wait a minute. Yeah, whereas I don't actually think he's boring. I think there's so much to him. He lost an eye. He's got a sister. Like,
he's got a sister.
Low-key.
That's what makes him that boring.
No,
It's not a Logan Paul fight. He's got legs.
he's got legs. No, it's in like he's got an interesting family as well. It's not just like, oh, my family are on a massive planet and I floated away on a little pod. Oh, I'm in Earth now. It's not Superman, mate. Like, he's got Odin. Like, what? Odin. He's got Loki, Hela. Like, the whole thing on Asgard, the Valkyries. He's got Jane Foster. Like,
that's what
there's
I'm
so
saying.
much to interact with.
I don't mind the Thor universe as such in terms of the people surrounding him, because you just can't not like Korg. But like, genuinely, Korg movie has to happen. But Thor himself, I just don't like him.
Okay.
But do you know what? You guys can feel free to disagree with me. And if you do, say it very strongly in the comments below.
Please back me up in the comments, okay? Okay, tell you what, here's a question for the comments. Who is worse, Superman or Thor?
Yeah.
All right? Put it in the comments, or do a little poll.
Thor is worse.
And whoever loses this poll, and there has to be like over 20 votes. Over 20 votes, whoever loses the vote will have to do a forfeit. All right? If we get over 20 comments in this little discussion, Joe will have to do a forfeit. Okay?
Right, okay. You've assumed that you've won there. That's what you've done.
I don't think they're going to let me down.
Well, we'll see how it goes. But if you comment, you're in with a chance of winning Superman Red and Blue #1 as well. So why not?
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want a Superman comic because it's better than Thor?
I think it's because we couldn't find any Thor comics cheap enough, because they're obviously like really expensive. So because they're really good, especially like Thor 5 2019. 2018.
I just call it expensive toilet paper.
Okay, yeah, well, let's just go then. Make sure to like and comment down below if you want to be in chance for the giveaway, and please comment whether you like Thor or Superman the best, and then Joe will have to shave his head. So we will see you. We'll see you in the next one. See you in a bit.